There is no disputing that the automobile sector is undergoing tectonic change. While handy, developments in autonomous driving, widely used ride-sharing services, and even new app-driven ownership models do not foster a love of the automobile or support any kind of a car culture. However, assuming that younger generations are growing indifferent purely on their own would be incorrect. How did they do it? There is no better example of how technology and history, analog and artificial intelligence, are coming together than with the ultra-high-performance machines currently available on the market. To that end, we've revised our ranking of the top 10 supercars of the 20th century, which is undoubtedly a subjective exercise. Even while some of the vehicles that made it here may not be the quickest or most maneuverable production automobiles available, they have either stimulated our imaginations or brought about new levels of innovation. In some circumstances, these are just the ones that our inner kid feels driven to draw constantly. We're convinced that the youngsters will be alright when it comes to the automobile world, since these will all go down in history as classics. Bugatti Veyron Super Sport. With the release of the 2005 Veyron, which signaled its ambitions with quad-turbo twin V8s that produced an astounding 1,200 horsepower, Bugatti sprang back into the present day from the annals of the automotive past. After a half-decade, the Super Sport version of the Veyron, with a 260 miles per hour run at Volkswagen's Wolfsburg test track, swiftly acquired the Guinness Book of Records title as the world's fastest production automobile in 2010. The 1,500 horsepower Bugatti Veyron Super Sport, driven by Andy Wallace, reached 304 miles per hour in testing in 2019 and has now surpassed the Veyron Super Sport. But nobody is likely to forget the Veyron, the vehicle responsible for making Bugatti what it is today. Ferrari LaFerrari. With no fewer than 3 significant releases from McLaren, Porsche, and Ferrari making their debuts in 2013 was a lucky year for supercars, garnering the moniker, Holy Trinity. Each of the 3 claimed a hybrid powertrain arrangement despite being fiercely unique. Only the Ferrari LaFerrari had a V12 engine, and that one was a noisy, naturally aspirated one. The LaFerrari also had the distinction of being the most charismatic and powerful of the Wild group, at least unofficially. The 950 horsepower hypercar, which was given the brand's name as its eponymous moniker, may be remembered as one of the greatest prancing horses of all time in addition to being the pinnacle of its era. Lamborghini Essenza SVC12. While Lamborghini's portfolio of modern road vehicles is more outrageous than ever, a model's track worthiness is what really establishes its street cred. The Essenza SCV12, Lambo's postmodern homage to vintage track specialities like the Diablo GTR and Mura Hoda, is here. The Essenza unleashes all of Lamborghini's naughtiest impulses from bow to stern, freed from the restrictions of road legality. Extreme bodywork produces over 2,600 pounds of downforce, more than a GT3 race vehicle, and the massive 6.5-liter, 819 HP engine is Lambo's most potent V12 yet after being freed from emissions equipment. The futuristic cockpit also has a steering yoke covered in buttons and dials that wouldn't seem out of place in a Formula One car. Lamborghini offers exclusive track days for the $2.6 million Essenza, which should fulfill the owner's need for racing even though the 40 buyers won't have their own competitive series. Pininfarina Battista. There are few more illustrious auto nameplates than Pininfarina. For instance, during its 62-year partnership with Ferrari, the Italian studio produced iconic vehicles like the 275 GTB, 365 GTB, 4 Daytona, and the 308 GTS from the Tom Selleck Magnum PI series. The Cadillac Atlante, right? Not really. The amazing Pininfarina Battista hypercar was made possible with a little assistance from the Indian Mahindra Group, who saved Pininfarina in late 2015, and the Croatian EV electric geniuses at Rimac. With 1.8 seconds to reach 60 miles per hour and 12 seconds to reach 186 miles per hour, this stunning electric 2-seat coupe has 1,900 horsepower and 1,696 feet lbs of torque. It has a 120 kWh lithium-ion battery pack. It will accelerate to 217 miles per hour before the electronic nannies start working. The range also exceeds 230 miles. SSC Tuatara. To achieve 300 miles per hour, SSC North America, based in Washington State, has set that as its goal for the new SSC Tuatara hypercar. The 5.9-liter twin-turbo V8 with a powerful 1,726 horsepower and a carbon fiber body known as the Tuatara, named after a spiny lizard found in New Zealand, helps the vehicle reach that goal. With a price tag of $1.6 million each, production has already begun with a goal of producing 100 examples. SSC has experience in the high-speed industry. Its 1,287 horsepower Ultimate Aero reached 256.14 miles per hour in 2007. Before the Veyron Super Sports from Bugatti arrived, the record stood for 3 years. However, on January 17, 2021, the SSC Tuatara reclaimed the record with 2 runs that averaged 282.9 miles per hour. RaceLogic confirmed the findings. Even more recently, it officially recorded 295 miles per hour. Rimac Nevera. Although iconic vehicles frequently come from unexpected sources, the Rimac Nevera has devastated the supercar world. First off, the battery-powered Nevera broke all internal combustion speed records by sending 1,914 horsepower to all 4 wheels, beating out everything from McLarens to Koenigseggs in the 0 to 60 miles per hour department. More shockingly, Mate Rimac, a Croatian genius who launched the company in 2011, is responsible for the EV hypercar. The Rimac Nevera's early fame resulted from astonishing performance figures, yet this hypercar's legacy will go beyond a single design. The Croatian company acquired a controlling share in Bugatti in the summer of 2021, making it the first, and probably not the last instance in which an EV upstart has control over a long-standing supercar manufacturer. Bugatti Veyron Super Sport 300 Plus. On August 2, 2019, Andy Wallace, a Le Mans champion and official Bugatti test driver, clocked 304.773 miles per hour in the Bugatti Veyron Super Sport, making it the first vehicle in serial production to surpass the 300 miles per hour barrier. The maker of the Veyron Super Sport 300 Plus was motivated by that accomplishment. It stands out thanks to carbon bodywork that lengthens the longtail by 9.8 inches and aero improvements that increase high-speed performance by further reducing drag and raising downforce. There are only 30 examples globally. The 8.0-liter W16 quad-turbocharged engine produces 1,600 horsepower, which is 100 horsepower more than at Garden Variety, Veyron. Your mileage may vary in terms of fuel usage depending on how quickly you travel. McLaren F1. The Ferrari LaFerrari and Porsche 918 Spyder were 2 of the 3 legendary hybrid hypercars that made their debut in 2013, while the McLaren P1 was one of the more recent entries. The iconic F1 from the 1990s earned the British company a place in the hypercar pantheon, but the prolonged absence made creating its flagship feel like it was being built from scratch. The top dog P1 claimed a screaming 903 horsepower and a wonderfully lightweight chassis, making it a more than worthy rival against the supercar establishment of the time. McLaren used innovative carbon fiber construction on its lower, more approachable, relatively, products. Aston Martin Valkyrie. Aston Martin's Valkyrie, a supercar of unparalleled magnificence, is currently being produced. For the company, the model sets a new standard for street-legal, production car performance. It is what occurs when a lightweight, incredibly robust carbon monocoque is fitted with a 1,000 horsepower, 6.5-liter V12 engine and a 160 horsepower hybrid electric system designed by Rimac. And if that wasn't remarkable enough, keep in mind that Adrian Newey, a design rock star in Formula One and the current chief technical officer for Red Bull Racing, created the vehicle. A maximum of 150 units, each costing $3.2 million, will be produced. Pagani Utopia. The definition of utopia is an imagined world where everything is perfect. a goal that Horacio Pagani has pursued ever since he started out as a boutique vehicle manufacturer almost 30 years ago. His most recent attempt to achieve perfection replaces the Veyron and moves closer to that objective by pairing his well-known 852-horsepower twin-turbo V12 from AMG with either an automated single-clutch or a completely conventional 3-pedal manual gearbox. The former is a must-have for the power-addicted crowd, while the latter is the ultimate indulgence for drivers who enjoy using all 4 of their limbs. Innovating with a chassis that makes the most of both carbon fiber and titanium, Pagani's, predominantly, analog utopia makes a case for fusing old and new in familiar yet fresh packaging. Horacio's brand new hypercar pioneers new territory without succumbing to the temptation to include an electric or hybrid drivetrain, making a play for both technology and nostalgia accessible to just 99 consumers.